Do your knees hurt when you climb stairs, when you bend down, or even when you just try to stand up from a chair? You are not alone, and the good news is you are not doomed to live this way. Even if you've dealt with osteoarthritis, old injuries, or years of discomfort, there is a real path to move again with strength and confidence. It is not only about exercising, it is about retraining your muscles, improving hip and ankle mobility, and learning how to spread the load across your whole leg. Most times the problem is not only the knee itself, it's muscle imbalance, stiffness, and daily habits that silently wear the joint down. But there is hope. Simple changes and consistent practice can make a big difference. In this video, I'll show you 2 key exercises that protect and strengthen your knees. They are safe, proven, and effective for all ages. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, where are you watching this from? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because together we'll build the freedom to move without fear. Now let's begin with the first exercise. Exercise number 1, Isometric Lunge. The first exercise is the Isometric Lunge. It looks simple, but when done correctly, it becomes one of the most powerful tools to reduce knee pain. Many people worry, how can I do lunges without hurting my knees? The concern is real, because small shifts in the knee, uneven weight distribution, or misalignment can lead to irritation, inflammation, or cartilage wear. Science shows that patellofemoral pain, one of the most common knee problems, is often linked not only to cartilage damage, but to poor movement patterns and muscle imbalance between the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings. That's why the key is not pushing harder or doing more reps. It is teaching the muscles to work in balance so the joint stays safe. Here's how to do it. Step into a lunge stance like you are freezing mid-step or holding a yoga warrior pose. Keep your chest upright, back straight, and core engaged. This is crucial because strong core muscles stabilize the pelvis and stop the knee from collapsing inward, a mistake known as valgus collapse. Hold this position for about 10 seconds. Keep the weight in the center of the foot, not too much on the heel, not too much on the toes. Biomechanics prove that balanced load reduces joint stress and spreads the effort across the entire leg. Rest a few seconds, then repeat. This exercise doesn't need big movement, but it needs focus. It is like teaching your muscles to coordinate without the joint paying the price. At first, use support if needed, a wall, a stick, or even a door frame. This helps your muscles activate while the joint stays protected. Later, you can increase the hold time or add light weights. The goal is not only strength, but neuromuscular training, teaching quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings to work together. Research confirms that isometric exercises reduce chronic pain, protect cartilage, and improve motor control. This is especially valuable for people with early osteoarthritis or patellar issues. Done well, the isometric lunge is more than a posture. It is intelligent training, building strength, stability, and body awareness. It activates not only the thighs, but also the glutes, the lower back, and the core. For best results, combine it with gentle stretches, hamstrings, hip flexors, and use recovery methods. Cold after training, heat at rest. These small steps can change years of discomfort into freedom of movement. Science is clear. It is not about training harder. It is about training smarter. And the isometric lunge is one of the simplest ways to start. If you are following so far, type the number 1 in the comments. I want to know you are with me. Now let's move on to the second key exercise. Exercise number 2, wall sit. The second exercise is the wall sit. It looks very simple, just leaning against a wall. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This position is backed by science, and it can safely strengthen the muscles that protect your knees, even if you have arthritis, weakness, or old injuries. Unlike regular squats, which involve repeated bending, the wall sit uses isometric contraction. That means your muscles are working, but the joint itself stays still. This is important because less movement in the joint means less irritation, less pressure on the cartilage, and less chance of micro-injuries. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back against the wall, Slide your feet forward until your knees are directly above your ankles. Not too far forward, because that overloads the patellar tendon. Distribute your weight in the middle of your foot. If you press too much into the heels, you only use the glutes and hamstrings. If you press too much into the toes, you strain the tendon at the front of the knee. Start with 20 seconds and then progress slowly. Increase the time or repeat the holds. This is not about forcing the body, it is about training with control. Research shows that isometric work not only protects cartilage, but also improves eccentric strength. That means your muscles can better slow down movement, which is vital when you walk, go downstairs, or carry weight. The wall sit also allows for simple variations. You can place a band above your knees and push gently outward. This activates the outer thigh muscles, especially the gluteus medius, a muscle often weak in people with knee problems. Strengthening it prevents the knees from collapsing inward. Or you can place a ball or block between your knees, pressing gently inward. This activates the inner thigh muscles, the adductors. They also support stability. Together, these variations create balance. They improve neuromuscular control and reduce the risk of pain and relapses. Another key benefit, the wall sit is safe even for older adults or for people after surgery because the intensity is adjustable and there is no impact. The upright position also helps align the hips and spine, engaging the core and protecting the lower back. Why is this exercise so effective? Because it teaches the quadriceps how to activate again. After injuries, the brain often forgets how to use these muscles fully. The wall sit reconnects that pathway. It restores strength without forcing motion. At the same time, it trains endurance, holding muscle contraction, which is exactly what you need in daily life, like standing, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries. You don't need special equipment. You can do it at home, in the office, even while watching TV. It removes the barrier of, I don't have time. But remember, technique matters. Keep the knees aligned over the ankles, back supported on the wall, and avoid sliding too low, because that increases pressure on the front of the knee. Control is more important than depth. This exercise is more than building strength. It reprograms the nervous system, it restores confidence, and it helps you move without fear. If you are ready to try this at home, type the number 2 in the comments. Let me know you are taking action. Now let's talk about one common mistake people make with knee training and how to avoid it. One of the biggest mistakes people make, whether they are athletes or simply older adults trying to move without pain, is believing that the more they bend the knee, the better the result. They become obsessed with deep flexion, thinking that going lower always means progress. But science shows only half of the story. Yes, bending is important, but so is straightening, full extension, being able to bring the knee into a fully straight position, soft lock, not forced, is just as important as deep bending. Why? Because if you cannot fully straighten the knee, your quadriceps never activate completely, and this is more serious than it sounds. The quadriceps are the main stabilizers of the knee. They absorb impact, control movement, and protect cartilage from stress. If you always keep your knee slightly bent, every step you take keeps tension in the joint, especially in the front part, on the patella and the tendon. Over time, this creates chronic overload, micro-injuries, inflammation, and cartilage wear, leading to osteoarthritis, pain, and instability. Think of it like your arms. If you never fully extend your elbow, you never build full strength in the triceps. The same goes for your legs. Without full extension, your knee never works at 100%. So what can you do? Dedicate a few minutes daily to gentle stretching. Target the hamstrings and the calves. Tightness in these muscles pulls the knee backward, making it hard to straighten. Studies confirm that stiff hamstrings change how the knee moves, increasing pressure in the joint and causing pain in the front. Along with stretching, add simple mobility work, active knee extensions without resistance. These small drills help unlock the last degrees of movement. They improve alignment when you walk or climb stairs, and they reduce long-term wear. But remember, Full extension should not feel like forcing the joint. It is a soft lock, controlled by muscles, not by passive structures like ligaments. That way you protect the knee and build real stability. Recovery is also critical. Even the best exercises can hurt if you don't let tissue heal. After activity, apply ice if you notice swelling. It calms inflammation. At rest, use gentle heat. It relaxes muscles and improves circulation. Light movement also helps. Walking slowly or pedaling with no resistance acts like oil for the engine of your knees. It stimulates fluid that nourishes cartilage and prevents it from drying out. Research proves it clearly. Light activity reduces pain more effectively than complete rest, and scheduled rest is part of smart training. Sharp pain or swelling is a sign. Take a day off, then return gradually. The key is awareness. Distinguish muscle fatigue, that burning feeling, from sharp acute pain. One is normal, the other warns of overload. So remember, don't chase extreme bending alone. Respect full extension, balance stretching with strengthening, and always give your knees time to recover. If this makes sense to you, type the number 3 in the comments so I know you are following along. Now let's bring everything together and close with the main message of this video. Now you understand the path to stronger, healthier knees. It is not about pushing harder or living with pain. It is about training smarter and giving your body the right care. The 2 simple exercises you learned today, the isometric lunge and the wall sit, are more than just movements. They are powerful tools, backed by science, that teach your muscles to work together, protect your joints, and restore your confidence. We also saw why full extension matters and how small habits like gentle stretching, cold or heat therapy, and scheduled rest can make the difference between constant discomfort and a life of freedom and movement. Consistency is the real secret. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day, done with focus and awareness, can rebuild strength, reduce pain, and give you back the joy of walking, climbing stairs, or simply standing up without fear. Remember, your knees don't need extreme workouts. They need balance, they need stability, and they need patience. If you found value in this video, give it a like, share it with someone who also struggles with knee pain, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next practical tips, always based on science and always designed to help you live without pain. Your body will thank you, and your future self will too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.